Alright, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to see the two things that I said that we'll see later in the NPM video. One is what the dash dash save means, and next is what the package.json and the package log.json are, right? Alright. And one more thing that we'll be doing is we'll be building our first app, like small node app, not very big, in which we'll be using an NPM. We'll be using NPM because we will be using a package, and hence we'll be seeing how we can include and use packages inside our JavaScript code. Then we'll run that file using Node and we'll get an output to the console, right? Great. So if I go to my IDE here, right? So I am right now in my web dev course, like the root folder, and what I can do is I can make a new folder for, let's say, first node app, right? And I can cd into that folder. So right now I have nothing here. So the first thing, of course, that I'm going to do is I'm going to do npm init. It will ask me a package name. I'll leave it as it is, version as it is, description as it is, entry point I'll make app.js, test command I'll make as it is, and git repository, keywords, blah blah blah. Yes. So now it's made, and now if I do ls, I have a package.json here. Now I can open that package.json first of all, right? So one thing that you can do in Gurm is you can write Gurm and then the name of your file, and that will open it up in the that for you. Of course, this is a Gurm specific command. In Mac this would be open, and I think it will be something similar in Linux too. But in Gurm you have to write Gurm and then the file name to open it up in your code editor, right? So you see this package.json. So what is this basically? This has a name of first node app. This has a version of 1.0.0. If you notice, these are all the things that were being asked from us when we did this npm init, right? So we're basically making this package.json, right? So how is this actually useful? This is actually like all the info about this particular app right now, right? And when you're sending this to the server, or when you are sending this to some other developer to work on it or test it or do something like that, then this package file will actually be really helpful. What this JSON stands for is JavaScript object notation, right? If you see this here, this kind of looks like an object, right? And that is why this is known as JavaScript object notation. And JSON files are really common in, JSON format is really common in web development. You'll see it in a lot of places. We'll see it in a lot of places too in the future. But you can see this is kind of an object with key value pairs, and that's why this is a JSON file, right? Great. So this is our package.json, and this is what all of it was about, right? So now the package that we are going to use for our first app is not really complex, and not very really useful in a lot of places. Like, it can be useful in some places, but not like it's not capable of making a whole app. What we're basically going to use is one-liner joke, and as the name suggests, it is a simple node module which can provide one-line jokes randomly or from specific tag. We'll be doing just the randomly thing, right? So we'll be getting like one-line jokes randomly, and we'll be printing them to our console, right? So first of all, this is a one-liner joke is a package, right? So we have to install it. So you see they have given the syntax here. However, we're going to use the shorter one, and I can type npm i-s one-liner joke. Now this will install, and let's wait. Yeah. So now a lot of things have happened inside this folder, right? And I'll open this here too. You see a lot of things have happened. First, we have got this package log.json. So yeah, that's basically, the first thing you can see in the package.json is the dependencies, right? And it has the one-liner joke 1.2.0. So basically, that's one of the major uses of package.json, that it lists out the packages that you have in your particular app that you need to run the app, right? Because if you send this to someone and they want to run the app, then they'll need these packages, right? So one thing you could do is you could send this whole this folder. I'll tell you what this folder is. You could send all these packages installed, but that is often not good practice. So what you do is you basically write all of them inside these dependencies, and then they can be installed with just one command. All of them will be installed in the other person's computer, right? And then he can use the app. So this is the use of the dependencies inside the package.json, and that is actually the use of the dot dash dash save or this dash s, right? We are writing this dash s, that is why this is getting directly added to the dependencies. If we did not write this, our package would still be installed, but that would not be added in our dependencies, right? And that's why this dash s or dash dash save is necessary. Next is the package log.json. Now that's basically, you can ignore that. So the only thing remaining is the node modules, right? So this folder magically appears as soon as you download your first package and is updated every time you download new packages, right? So what happens is, this has all the details and all the code and everything regarding to the package that you have downloaded, and you won't actually ever open this. This is just for you to know that okay, this is containing all the information and all the code about my packages, right? This is by default. You don't have to change this name or anything. You just leave it as it is, right? All right. So now we have successfully downloaded and stored it in our package.json, and if anybody else opens it, he will download this by typing just one simple command, which is npm install, right? Great. So now what we can do is we can actually use this package to make a file in which we'll be doing the thing that I was saying that we'll do, right? So for that, we'll actually have to go make a file first. So I'll do touch app.js, and you see app.js is my main file here, and that's why in the package.json I set my main to be app.js. You must have noticed that that was the only entry that I had entered, right? This entry point I changed to app.js, and that is often the name of your main file, right? Great. So now we have this app.js. Let's open that up. I'll open that from the terminal. Right, opened that, and now I see it's empty. So now we have to actually use that package and print one-liner jokes to the console whenever our app is run, right? So how do we actually do that? So of course we in the end we'll have to do console.log joke, and this joke variable should have our joke, and that will be printed to the console as soon as we write node app.js, right? So how do we do that? So that can be done, if we see here, that can be done with just one line, where get random joke is equal to one liner joke dot get random joke. That's a simple function. But we see this one line above, right? And what this is basically, this is how you actually require, you tell your code that you will be using this particular package in your code, right? And everything between these is a comment. If you have a forward slash, then you have a star and a forward slash. Everything between them is a comment in JavaScript, right? So we have this and then we have this. So I'll write my first line and then I'll explain, where one liner, and here we'll write the exact name of our package, right? And let me see what the name is. One liner joke, right? So what's happening here is now I'm basically including all the code inside of this one-liner joke in my own file. So now this one-liner variable has access to all the code which is written inside this package, right? Which consists this package, due to which we can do all these things. So now there's a function inside this one-liner joke which can generate a joke, and that is, if I do var joke one-liner dot get random joke, right? So now our joke variable will have our random joke, which is inside the one-liner object, which we have got by requiring our one-liner joke package, right? And this is how you will progress with any package. If you want to use anything from that package in your code, the first step that you need to do is require that, right? So this is something that you always have to do, right? Great. So first step, we included the package in our file. Second, we got the joke using, we saw the function from here, and this is basically always how you would do it. You would see their usage and their examples, and you would figure out what is the usage of that particular package. I did that usage, and I am logging that to the console. So now if I save this, yeah, it's saved, and I can now run this file in my console, and I see an object is printed. So basically this joke is an object which has a body and tags, right? We want just the joke, so I'll do joke dot body. And now if I run node app.js again, I see all generalizations are false, including this one. And I again do it. Never laugh at your girlfriend's choices, you are one of them. So it'll just give you some random jokes, one-liner, right? So you can keep on doing this if you want to, of course. Blah blah blah. So yeah, anything. But what the main aim here was to actually show you that this is how you include a package in your file. This is how you require a package in your file. And let's say we had 10 other packages, you would have 10 other similar lines like where variable name is equal to require package name inside quotes, right? And yeah, so where joke, and then you would use that package as you want to, and that's basically what these two lines are doing. And then you can just run that app from your console using Node, and yeah, that's it. That's basically it, right? Great. So yeah, so that was all about adding Node and npm, and then using packages inside your own file. And that is all the basic intro you need to Node. After this, we can actually start with Express, right? And once we start with Express, we'll start building some real nice actual apps in which we'll be opening new tabs and writing some URL in here. Then we'll be visiting the code that we've actually written, right? So that basically is the exciting part. And after like 3 days, I think, of studying very non-interesting parts of Node and backend, we are actually going to start with the interesting part, right? And now you'll actually start liking backend. Great. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.